Hello, everybody. This is Joel, aka Bourbon Dingo, and welcome to episode 23 of my second series on Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. Alright, during the last episode, we watched England kind of unify a little bit. Not by much, but what we're really trying to do is wait for England to completely unify, and then we're going to try to take a bite out of England. At the absolute worst, if I see my king getting up much further than here, we're going to start picking and choosing. Like, I noticed one thing is that this is now an independent area, as far as I can tell. There doesn't appear to be anybody currently at war with them, so this is an independent area that I could attempt to take over. The same right here in Hereford. Down here, they're still at war. But these two places, I could probably go in and take right now. The problem with that being is that I'd like to hold off and try to take, as I said, all my claims. But I may actually just declare war right here, right now, against, apparently the Duke of Northumberland, but only controls an area that's outside of Northumberland. One of the issues against me doing this is it seems that the King of Aragon, or this may just be an issue with them using similar color. Yeah, okay. It's just, they look the same, but they're not the same coat of arms. But alright, what I'm going to do in this instance is we're going to get the clock started again right after taking a look up here. As you can tell, he's still trying to take Devon, and we don't have a problem with that. Lots of weak claims, stuff that I could try to press if I was really interested in doing it. We're not going to mess with that right now. Let's go ahead and get the clock started. Actually, before I start the clock, I think I will press my claim against Hereford here. It's one of the few places they're not at war with anyone. They're now independent of anyone else, and it should be fairly easy for me to take it. I'm going to offer vassalization first, and he's not going to accept. So we're just going to go ahead and declare war. Alright, coming up here real fast, I think all I'm going to try to do is pull up my own personal unit and send them in. We should be able to, as you can see, they have a decent little clip of units in there. We'll outmatch them by the time everybody else gets in there, but I was expecting them to actually have less units. Fine, we drop them down to about 314, and I don't think that's enough for them to actually assault any of our areas. We can call in allies, but with the exception of calling in King Edgar of Aragon over here again one more time, there's no real reason to do that. As you can see, even though the Kingdom of Aragon over here is by itself, they only have one holding in each of these places. It appears all the other holdings in each of these places are under the English crown. Alright, my wife's retired, so we're going to go try to spend some time with our lover. Still didn't get lustful. Alright. Sally by the defender has failed. And as you can see, this little symbol here shows that he is sieging us, but he can't make any headway because we have him outnumbered. Alright, we've got Duke Cadwgan of Albany. My grandson has been excommunicated under... We're going to go spend another 25 piety and get him to lift that excommunication. Alright, we just hit 1204, and we had a daughter born. That would be Prince Rodbert of England. No, we had a granddaughter born. Alright, so we've added another branch to the Matherfall line. This count is getting everybody excommunicated. It's that ambitious that's doing it. But alright, we still have not taken the first area yet. They keep getting positive bonuses against the siege. Right, there didn't appear to be any changes in England. There's an army in Castile actually sieging England currently right now. Taking a quick glance around, Germany has rejoined the Holy Roman Empire. Hungary seems to have split up fairly heavily. So we just became infirm. There was a change. Apparently, England had just been won by... Where is that king at? King Edgar of England right here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to back my soldiers off real fast into this area, and we're going to dismiss them. But I'm going to take the alliance penalty, press all of my claims, and those claims should be that I can collect, because of course these areas, it should be Dorset, Somerset, Gloucester, Chester, Lancaster. I think I have Westmoreland here as well. We're going to press these and hope that our king survives to the end of this war. So we have just begun this war right here. I'm going to recall up all of those troops, recall up everybody, and how I'm going to do this, I believe, is make sure that these troops from Scotland get over in a decent clip of time. My very first goal is going to be move everybody into there from Wales. We're going to try to move everybody into here from there. And with everyone else, I'm going to try and meet everyone up in the same area. Except for you. Because if I let you meet up in the same area, you'll walk right through all of these. And alright. We're going to keep this group together, however, I'm going to start moving them this direction. We are going to set someone else to lead. We're going to set our grandson to lead the army. We're going to start chasing down with this army the collection of soldiers that he's actually pulling together. we have a truce ending, though this isn't really that worthwhile. That's simply letting us know that our truce with Genoa is ending. Our domain is too big. When we became infirm, we lost the ability to cover all that domain. Though I'm going to keep that -1 penalty. Can probably choose an ambition to improve intrigue again. But alright, we've succeeded in sowing some more distrust. Now, this army is going to keep chasing down any collections they've had, they're getting. We're going to allow this army that's collecting here to be the one that's sieging. Let's pause real fast. I just got a city given to me. I guess he passed away before it could go. Oh, we just had a city finished building. So we're going to go ahead and hand that off to someone else. Alright, now we're going to go chase down some more soldiers. You can see some of the areas we're doing almost have 2,000 troops and they're defending levies, which means that we're not going to be doing any assaulting. Alright, let's pause real fast because I want to try to move these guys into here to finish taking out the soldiers they've placed there. Then I'm going to walk them into at least take one holding in Hereford. Because, as you can see, our war score is going down there. Alright, we've learned a little bit about intrigue, and that's brought our intrigue back up. But I want to try to stop that war score from going down. I think if I just take that first holding in Hereford, that'll do it for me. As you can see, that's a really low war score that we currently have. I can't really call in any allies, which is a bit of an issue. They are, however, being attacked. That's some internal war going on at the same time our war is going on. Siege lengthens. Alright, we got new little area down here is still under being attacked by rebels. Alright, one of the things I'm going to do, since we have the money to do it, I'm going to come in here and purchase a lot of mercenaries. I think I'm going to pick up the Catalan company here, and I'm going to let them stand around for a little bit and gain some morale back. But we're going to start sending them around to clear up the soldiers that are combining and things of that nature. Alright, we've won the battle and chased them away, so now they won't be able to siege until they've collected some more people. We're about to finish the siege of the first holding in Lancaster. And I'm just going to keep those sieges up there. Up to 9% war score. And our war score with Hereford is down to 5% now. And that'll be a little bit before that can go up. What we're going to do is actually going to make a bit of a strange path in to help them take the first area of Hereford. And as you can see, we've just made that army relatively big. I could attempt assaulting, but I'm not going to. We have some people attempting to decide that they want to try to split here. And that was going to be the number one problem I'll have, is that if people try to start splitting away in independence, it's going to start eating at the amount of soldiers I have to throw at England. Alright, I believe we've just finished sieging the second area in Lancaster. We have. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to waste a few troops on this last area and assault. Okay, we finished taking this. I'm going to move up, take out these soldiers that are collecting right here. Alright, we're going to pause real fast because the Duke of Northumberland here has decided to surrender. Alright, now I have a new area that I'm not real sure exactly what I want to do with here, but we'll figure this out. I'm going to go start sieging the capital down here. Let's pause real fast because I believe I've just been offered peace for the King Edgar. Wow. I have. I'm not sure why. At 24% war score, he's saying, sure, go for it. But alright, we're going to accept it. And we just usurped quite a few titles here. As you can see, I'm up to 14 of 6, so I'm going to have to hand these out. But what I'm going to do is, with this army I've got right here, I'm going to go clear out these. Clear out those rebels. And let's see if I have anybody else I need to imprison, which I do not. I can still press these as your ducal claims. Taking a quick look, you can see that he is still in combat, so we're not going to mess with him yet. Domain is too big, but that's because we have all these new areas. We can create the Duchy of Somerset. I believe I'm going to do that. Because I believe the Duchy of Somerset is just these two areas right here. Let's take a look real fast. We look at just your duchies. Yeah. No. Actually, Winchester over here is part of the Duchy of Somerset, so we'll have to take that at some point as well. We are going to create it. And this is something else we specifically need to get rid of. Apparently, now that I'm actually a part of the de jure rulings within England, I can throw a vote behind someone within England as well. Across the board, let's see if I can only nominate myself. Duke William of Kent versus Theobald of Godwin, who actually likes me more out of these two. He doesn't really like me at all with a negative 28, whereas he really does like me. So he's actually going to get my vote. Duke William of Kent. Right there. He's got my vote. I think that jumps him up to tying. I'm not sure how they decide who gets that. Now, there are 3 titles I can usurp, and each one of these is going to cost me around 100 gold to usurp that title. And I think it's all worthwhile, to be honest. So we're going to go on a bit of a spending spree here. Usurp all of these titles, which we'll be handing out anyway. But we're going to hit OK real fast here. Back out. Pull this back up so we can see that we have now expanded fairly nicely. I doubt I could actually invade England anymore. They probably have more holdings, less holdings than I do now. Before we start messing with that, let's take a quick look around, because that's probably going to take up the rest of our time, is handing out all those holdings. But the Byzantine Empire is getting even bigger. The Umayyad Empire is the Umayyad Sultanate is finally starting to coalesce over here. The Fatimids are back, though the Holy Roman Empire is basically eating up areas here in northern Africa, in the Middle East. Ruthenia is huge. Ruthenia is spread from east border all the way to touching where Hungary normally is right now. So that's interesting. And even parts of what used to be Rus up here are now Ruthenia. Norway's starting to reform. So beyond that, I'm not real sure what's happening here. And apparently Dauphine here is by himself and has managed to not get eaten up by either France or the Holy Roman Empire. Alright, England still has its one little province down here, though Aragon is actually in control of someone who's not the King of Aragon. She's the Duchess of Aragon. Alright, well, let's go ahead and start handing off these new things we've gotten. As you can see, we actually, except for, say, the cities and churches in the areas, we actually control. Actually, when we took over Dorset, they were in the building process of a new castle holding as well, so we made some money off that. Well, money. We saved some money from that. And they seem to have moved their capital up in here into Westmoreland. Alright, let's go ahead and start handing out duchy titles and counties. Actually hope I have enough vassals to do this with, or court members to do this with. Alright, let's go ahead and do this by opinion. Just look for people who are just of normal sets. Alright, he's married and he actually has a couple of apparently fairly old kids. He's 70. His child is 51. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and give him a place. We're going to grant him Somerset. And give some place, and we'll make him the Duke of Somerset. The Duke of, the Duke of here. After we set somebody else in Dorset. We have him, who really likes us. He doesn't have any children, though we could easily marry him off before doing that in a matrilineal marriage with someone of our dynasty. Should be in alphabetical order, which means I'm looking for the M's. We have a few Matherfalls floating around here. We've got a 34-year-old Matherfall. I think we're going to do that. We've got some issues altogether with lots of dwarves in our line. Not sure what I can do specifically with that. But for him, I'm going to set him up. I don't really have much of an option otherwise. We're going to set him up with, I guess, the Imbecile. And then we are going to go back in. Was that Angus? No, that was his father. Oh. This is probably going to run a little slow. I apologize in advance. And we've set up that matrilineal marriage. I guess. I'm not sure it kicked in. I'm going to let the clock run slowly here. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and just grant him. I'm not entirely worried about it. If the marriage goes through, that's nice. If it doesn't, not too worried about it. Alright. You see they stopped liking me because now he's a vassal and I hold too many duchies. My domain is too big. He desires the Duchy of Somerset, which he's not getting. However, he is. Because even with those penalties, this guy still loves me. So we're going to give him the Duchy of Somerset. Alright. So now we need to give away some other areas. My son is actually without an area. I may go ahead and give him maybe Lancaster. In fact, that's what exactly we're going to do. We're going to give him Lancaster. We're going to include all the lower titles within it. I'm actually going to pop this open and keep looking at the de jure duchies while we're doing that, because that'll let me know who I need to hand this stuff off to. It's called the Duchy of Reged. I'm not sure why it's called that, but I assume we'll figure that out here soon. So I need to give Chester to someone who I want to actually be the Duke of this area. So once again, we're going to come back over here, take a look through opinions. Anthemos, who is actually a eunuch, so even if we gave it to him, once he passes away, it's going to come right back to us. However, I don't have a problem with that currently. We're actually just going to go ahead and grant him Chester. Include all that. Then we're going to just give him the dukedom of that area as well. So we should be getting both Chester and that dukedom. Alright. So now he is a Greek duke. The spymaster of Wales. And this place is called Reged, apparently. I'm not sure exactly, but alright. We've got the Duchy of Hereford right now. That's two more I gotta give away. So we need to give away both Hereford and Shrewsbury. Alright, I've got a Welshman here. We're going to go ahead and arrange a matrilineal marriage to someone in our dynasty. Yeah, I'm going the right way. Find someone of the Matherfall dynasty. There's a lot of D's. Matherfall right here. We're going to marry him off actually to one of the better wives. We're going to go back and find him one more time. That was Donald de Cornwall. Cornwall. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced, but we got Shrewsbury is going to him. Alright, taking a quick look once again. Let's find somebody to give away Hereford to. It would be my son-in-law, possibly. I'm not going to do that, though. Gilcom de Argyle, who is... They had one child. siblings, though. I'm not sure I want to do that. So he's not going to get it. He's also ambitious, so that's not going to happen. Vassals, courts. Rodbert, we don't want to give it to him. We don't want to give it to him. Maybe out of courtiers I can actually give stuff away to. And not expect anyone else to inherit. Let's take a look at the bishopric in this area. No. I actually need someone else to give something to. Because in fact, I still need 2 areas that need someone else, basically. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. So I don't believe I can grant out, to women. I may be forced to go ahead and just try to give this off to him, as much as I dislike that. So we're going to go ahead and give him Hereford. In the process of doing that, I'm going to turn around and make him the Duke of Hereford. And then I just need to find somebody to hand Gloucester off to. And I guess he doesn't have any titles or claims. And it will end up going back to one of my lines. So I guess he's going to get Gloucester. And we are just going to make him the Duke of Gloucester. Alright, I'm back down to having one more than my domain limit actually is. And I don't have a problem with that. That's a simple -10. And everyone around me tends to like me a little bit enough. Alright, we're going to get this going again, and I'm actually going to call it quits. Alright, I don't know if either one of those marriages actually ended up going through. I believe they said no before I could put them together. No real issue with that. Alright, we're going to send those troops in, and right after those troops are done, I'm going to jump the speed up on this, and we're going to get us up to the first of the year real fast. Oops, I sent them into the wrong spot. Alright, we're going to actually, once again, I think I'm just going to start sending people that dislike me in this army. You know, on the very off chance that they may not live to tell the tale. Oops. We're going to leave him in a bad flank, so it'll... Alright, we've been asked to join an embargo against Pisa. We're going to decline that one. Alright, it doesn't appear we really lost any troops whatsoever. Let's go ahead and disband this group. Bring back up the normal view. As you can see, we've delved even deeper into England. And England is currently having its own problem with Wiltshire here. I have a de jure claim on it that I could press if I really wanted to. But, like I said, I think I'm just going to jump my speed up here. Been asked to join another embargo. We're going to keep declining that. The vassal levies were raised long enough to get about a -10. Alright, so in Dorset, I just had a castle created, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a vassal for it. One of the reasons I'm trying to forego the actual attack on Wiltshire is there are 2 English holdings within Wiltshire itself. But alright, before we get too far into this, I'm actually going to move the... Alright, we're going to flatter an arbitrary thing, but I'm going to move my diplomat up and attempt to make people dislike England here, because I would like them to stay... weak. Again, quick glance again. We still only have Pandolf there, who's trying to take Devon. Basically, the problem here is that we wouldn't even have to do that. I think I can just give him that vassal. Take a quick gander real fast. The Count of Glamorgan is the only vassal I can actually give away, so he is actually not under me, so we don't really care about that. He can have at it as much as he wants. Alright, once we get up to the first of the year, I'm going to stop and pause it. Since we've run a little bit long here while I was taking care of all that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and I will see you during the next episode. We actually got quite a bit done today. Actually, before I let you go, let's take a quick glance around real fast. Germany appears to have split from the Holy Roman Empire once again. What's always interesting about that specific happening is down here in Jerusalem, Germany apparently has half of the area as well. The Byzantine Empire has started splitting up again, and it's back to being the large kingdom of Georgia, and then lots of little fights going on here in where we're used to seeing the Byzantine Empire. Beyond that, Ruthenia is still fairly huge. Hungary is getting split up. Denmark's tiny. Not a whole lot of Sweden left. Norway is still trying to handle its stuff. We seem to be doing pretty good over here, and after we go ahead and get all this done, we're going to keep pressing into England and see how that works. We got about 10 years. I don't think this king's going to be the one that makes that press, but who knows. Alright guys, I will see you during the next episode. Thanks for watching.